All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? Now, it is official. I think I told you guys this Friday. Carmelo Anthony has agreed to join the Houston Rockets. Now, this is something that most of us knew would happen at some point. Honest to God truth, there was just not a lot of options out there for Carmelo Anthony. He's going into his 16th season as well. He is just one of those guys who will not commit to playing defense. He will not commit to taking a role off the bench. Outside of LeBron, you look at some of Melo's peers, right? A lot of these guys are out of the league. Chris Bosh, no longer in the league. I don't even want to get started on Darko Milicic. D Wade. He's gonna, if he comes back to Miami, he's gonna take a very small role with the Heat. I mean, look around. Like, I mean, he's got Kyle Korver, I believe, is in that draft class with LeBron and Melo. He's a shooter, right? He's been able to stay around because he's a specific need type player. I don't think Melo should feel bad about coming off a bench for a team. Now, in regards to Houston, Melo might actually start because their offseason has went it's went terribly wrong for the Rockets, right? What do I mean by that? Well, out the gate, the Phoenix Suns, they realized Devin Booker's about to leave us. We about to lose Devin Booker. So in attempts to get Devin Booker a playoff team, remember, Booker said, I'm not going to settle for not making the playoffs anymore, right? So Phoenix went out and overpaid for Trevor Ariza, a winner, a 3-and-D guy, to pair him up with Devin Booker so Booker doesn't feel like he has to guard the other team's best perimeter player and be his team's best scorer. So Phoenix overpays for Trevor Ariza, $15 million. The Rockets have nowhere close to that amount of money to give Trevor Ariza. You lose Trevor. Luka Mbamute got a little more money with the Clippers. He took that money and ran. Now you're about to overpay for Clint Capella. They're going to finish that deal with Capella at some point soon. They're going to overpay for Capella. You look up, this team identity has been cut in half. They no longer can be a team that defends at a really... They had athletes on the floor last year that could defend. 7 to 8 guys that could defend, right? Now you're looking up down that roster. PJ Tucker's going to be asked to... He's going to have to defend. You're looking at guys on that team. There's going to be more asked of Clint Capella. Ryan Anderson's still on that team. Yo, this team has got substantially slower. I seen they brought in Michael Carter-Williams. I don't know what he's going to bring to the table. I'm looking around like, yo, he might have found himself in a position where he can start. This is what Melo wanted to do. He believes he's a starter. He found the only team that would be willing to make him a starter because of his relationship with Chris Paul and how bad the Rockets offseason has went. In regards to will this work, on paper, it tells me it wouldn't work, right? If we're talking about just breaking down the basketball elements of what the Rockets, Mike D'Antoni, like to do. First off, Mike D'Antoni and Carmelo Anthony did not work in New York, okay? Reportedly, that Melo's camp and D'Antoni's camp are saying there's no bad blood there. I don't believe that. Okay, let's keep it moving. The style of play for the Rockets. They want to get up and down, get stops, timely stops, use their athleticism to combat some stops, some steals and everything like that. They want to get out in transition, head to that three-point line. Melo's not a three-point guy. I look at him as a mid-range guy. He's also an ISO guy. The Rockets want to get that thing moving, that ball swinging around. And if somebody's going to ISO, they'd rather it be James Harden, who's in the prime of his career coming off an MVP season. Melo, at this point, his ISO game generally leads to him missing a jump shot. There is no threat of Melo getting to the basket like James Harden. If Harden attacks and that jumper's not falling, he can get to the rim and still finish. He's one of the most nifty dribbling the basketball and getting to the rim. Melo doesn't possess that anymore. In regards to the two-point game that Melo would want to play, I think the Rockets did a good job of implementing Chris Paul's mid-range game last year. Now, to try to have to do that with a second guy, it's going to be tough. I'm looking at the defense. James Harden just started playing a little bit of defense last year. Now, Melo, I mean, these are two of the most popular players in NBA history to ever not commit to defense. Two of the most talented scorers in NBA history we've ever seen. Neither of them have ever been locked in defensively, if you ask me. History tells me this will not work. history tells me that the Rockets got substantially worse this offseason, and that Melo's just going to be a guy that maybe gets the minutes that he deserves. He's going to get paid over $30 million this year, or over the next 4 or 5 years. Is this season's salary, right? The Hawks will waive and stretch him. But history tells me that Melo gets the minutes he wants, but at the end of the season, he's sitting at home by the second round of the playoffs. I don't think the Rockets can beat the Lakers right now. That's just my opinion. I don't think the Rockets can beat the Spurs right now. That's just my opinion. And that damn sure means that they can't beat the Golden State Warriors. Now, I do think the Rockets can, you got James Harden and Chris Paul on the court. They'll probably still be second in the Western Conference in the regular season. But I think, like I said, the Lakers or Spurs could bounce them in the second round, or maybe even the Thunder could bounce them in the second round of the playoffs. Just my opinion. Y'all talk to me in the comment box below. What do you guys think the addition of Carmelo Anthony officially does to this Houston Rockets team? Addition by subtraction. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Give me a prediction, playoffs. Could this team make it to the finals? Remember, they were 48 minutes away from making it to the finals. They were one Chris Paul bad hamstring away from making it to the NBA Finals against the team that ended up sweeping for a championship, the Golden State Warriors. What does this leave this team? I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Melo as a player at this point in his career, but I want you guys to tell me y'all opinions. Comment box below. Also, my first NBA 2K video drops Thursday. Please tune in. I'm going to be dropping NBA 2K and Madden videos every day up until the new Madden and the new NBA 2K. So please rock with your boy and go check out that video that drops Thursday. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
TALIAFERRO'S.
Mr. TALIAFERRO'S.
Mr. TALIAFERRO'S.
Mr. TALIAFERRO'S.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO'S.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO'S TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO'S TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.